Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. Today I'm sitting by the Yong River. Yong River, I guess. Yongjiang. Okay, now he's fix it. You'll notice I have the Chinese people thought he was a Chinese spy taping me, like what do they call them, evil uncles, but he's not old enough to be an uncle. You know what I mean? This is Daniel from Nanning TV. He was videotaping me at the hospital video, and people were saying, who is that guy? Who's that guy? Well, over the last, about a week? Yeah, about a week, Daniel's been sort of following me around, taking video of me because they're doing a documentary on Gweilo 60, go figure. So that's what this video is about, Nanning television. And this isn't the first time this has happened to me. Over the last 6 months, let's say, since we came back in September to China, I've been on Czech TV, Czech news, been on Swedish news, German news, Tsingtao News in San Francisco did a piece on me. CGTN, what's that? Chinese Global Television Network, eh? CGTN. Actually licensed one of my videos and put it on their Weibo account, and it hit 1 million views in one day. So I've been getting a lot of play from a lot of different, and I've been approached by the Wall Street Journal. I've been approached by a number of different journalists to do, but I don't do newspaper stuff because you can't really guarantee. You can say something and they can twist it into whatever they want. As I was telling Daniel here earlier, that if it's on video, well, you say what you say, and it's pretty hard for them to twist it into whatever they want. It can be done, but it's a little bit harder. With the written word, they can say, you know, he said this and he said that, and you have no control over it. So I usually say no to those, and I just about did the Wall Street. It was supposed to be at noon today. It's supposed to be like an hour and a half ago, and last night I thought about it, and I thought, oh, Wall Street Journal, aren't they the guys that did the sick man of Asia column? And you know, so basically a racist column against Chinese, and 3 of their journalists got booted out of China for doing unfair practices in their reporting. So I just shook my head and said, no, I'm not going to do that. And when I got a hold of the guy and said, sorry, I'm not going to do the interview, and that's all I said, because we'd been conversing back and forth on email a little bit, he said, well, I'm still going to reference your emails that you sent me before, so you can see that they were trying to set me up. It was blatant after that, so I'm glad I didn't do that. And I have been approached by other journalists from mostly the United States, and mostly to do with wet markets. So with the wet markets and the CV going on right now, you know where that's going, you know, because that's that blame game, pointing fingers, and all that other bullshit that goes along with it from Western media. I've sort of prided myself over the last 3 years in doing sort of a pro-China video. There's or pro-China content. There's enough anti-China out there for all of the other people to do. You know, the YouTubers that they're just hardcore against China. They don't see the good, they only see the bad. Well, I try to show the good. Is there bad in China? Just like anywhere else. Did you see that big fish jump out there? Wow, holy moly, the sucker must have been that big, I guess. And look around here. There's all of these guys, and they've probably seen that fish jump out there, and they're just wishing they could catch it, eh? This is what happens when you have nothing to do. You just come down to the Yongjiang and fish. Anyway, back to the story. I digress. That's not because we're drinking Budweiser beer sitting here by the river. You like Budweiser beer?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Is this sponsored by Budweiser?
This is not sponsored by Budweiser, but if Budweiser needs to sponsor some Chinese channel, because Chinese aren't drinking enough Budweiser. Nobody, not one person or not one beer company has approached Gweilo and said, Gweilo, let's sponsor you, and you could show our beer on your videos every time. I just guess I'm not famous enough yet. Working on it. And if they're doing anti-China videos, they're probably in the United States or Canada or Great Britain or wherever they are, and probably don't know a lot about China, or have been in China 2, 3, 5, 10 years ago and think that they know the China of today. But the China of today grows so quickly, like seriously grows so quickly. How old are you, Daniel?
24.
24. See, when I started coming to China, it was 2003, so Daniel would have been 7 years old. Yeah. At that time, there was very few high-rises in China. Like there was, well, look around you. None of these high-rises were here 10 years ago. Not one of them. And that's how quickly China's growing. Where you look at the Western world, and it looks like they're stuck in the 1970s. Like really, they can't get the roads built. They've been talking about a high-speed train in California for a decade, and it's just talk. They can't get it built. The infrastructure is garbage. And here, every time I come back to China, or even when I'm here and you look and they're building roads, they're building subways, they're building all of these different things. Well, the anti-China YouTubers don't see that. What do they see? Geez, I really don't know, because I'm not an anti-China YouTuber. What do they see? Damn, I really don't know what they see. Oh, the
Chinese eating dogs.
Chinese eating dogs. There you go. Well, that is a thing in Guangxi province. There's a dog restaurant between my place and Walmart. So that's true. What else do they say bad about China? You probably. Baijiu sucks. No, actually, Baijiu's pretty good. You just got to put some orange juice with it. The Uyghur thing.
What?
The Uyghurs in Xinjiang province, the Muslims.
Oh.
So you're persecuting these poor people because they're being indoctrinated by organizations like Al Qaeda and ISIS. You get up into the northern part of China where a lot of these people don't have a lot of education, and they're really easily influenced one way or the other. So when they get, because of their religion, the Muslim religion, you've got these radical, I guess, sections of that religion that, like ISIS and Al Qaeda, that try to indoctrinate these people into their way of belief. And the Chinese government is only giving them another alternative, an understanding of what is basically right and wrong. Terrorism is wrong. Being part of the community is right. If you look at it like that, then they're not going to jail. They're getting an education, and I think that's a good thing. What else do they say about an authoritarian government? You mean one that can stop an epidemic like we just went through, dead in its tracks in 2-3 months? Yeah, well, sometimes that type of government works really good. But they say people aren't allowed to travel. People aren't allowed to do their own thing here in China. Well, guys, we're sitting here on Tuesday afternoon, by the Yong River, drinking
fishing,
drinking Budweiser beer, watching some boys fish. I don't know. Freedom. What do you mean by authoritarian? Are there things that you can't do in China? Spouting separatism is a bad thing. I think that's about it, isn't it? Yeah,
that's about it.
That's about it. So, if you want to start a business, yes, you can start a business. If you want to travel around China or around the world, yeah, if you can get visas. If it's the other country that doesn't give the visa, then I guess you're pooched. It's opening up more for the Chinese people because Chinese people got bucks, boys and girls. And when you look at countries like Thailand that used to be, oh, you need a visa now, visa free. Well, not right now. Nobody gets into Thailand, but you know what I mean. But when they go out and they spend money, all these other countries, oh, now the Chinese are good because they're spending money in our country. Oh, yeah, all that big money that is building all these high-rises and all of these roads and the subways and, getting into the manufacturing and all that other stuff. And you're just watching China come out of this shithole that it's been in for the last 3 months. They're going to be the first ones back on top. Then their money's going to be even more important in another couple of months to the rest of the world than it was a couple months ago. So is it an authoritarian government? I don't know. To the regular person, no, it's not. To other governments, because there's one party, one rule, and they call the shots for everybody, maybe that's a good thing, because then you don't have the Democrats and the Republicans bashing heads and nothing getting done, basically attacking each other, and that's their job, to attack each other rather than watching out for the welfare of their citizens rather than watching out for their jobs as politicians. Yeah,